Good morning. Happy Monday. Thank you so much. Welcome or welcome back. It is Monday, August 21st. This is Bookie Monsters. My name is PK Bookie Monster, and we're here to look at new releases. And I appreciate you being here so much. Let's put a pause on that. Good morning, Mary. Happy Monday. Another week starting. Hope it's a great one for you all. I do too. We're at 99. That is amazing. I am just shocked. Good morning, Alicia. Happy Monday. Hi, Alicia. All right. We will get started here because that 25 minutes goes by very fast. I do have my phone with me, so when the bell goes off, we will know. I won't have to go let it run while it's in the kitchen. I've got my cup of coffee, which is much needed today. I kind of wanted to get some more sleep. Just me. Let's go to the books and make sure we're able to see things okay. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Let's get rid of this banner because it's blocking our view. All right, first off is one that I already have pre-ordered by Karen Slaughter. And this is, we had a technical malfunction a minute before we started here. I'm on a tablet and with a little kickstand, and the kickstand went flat, and the camera and the light, everything just went poof. But first off, after that night, this is in Karen Slaughter's. Well, that doesn't even tell a whole lot about it, does it? Let's see if we can. Nope, let's go. Where can we go? Let's go here. Sorry, it's not Mercury retrograde. Why are we having technical difficulties? Okay. So this is 11th in the Will Trent series. I absolutely love this character. However, the last two have really not hit with me. So I am really hoping that this one is back on track. Warning, this author can get very graphic from the get-go. With a last name like that, no kidding. So this is called After That Night. After that night, everything changed. 15 years ago, Sarah Litton's life changed forever when a celebratory night out ended in a violent attack that tore her world apart. Since then, Sarah has remade her life, a successful doctor, engaged to a man she loves, and she has finally managed to leave the past behind her. Until one evening, on call in the ER, everything changes. Sarah battles to save a broken young woman who's been brutally attacked. But as the investigation progresses, led by GBI Special Agent Will Trent, it becomes clear that Danny Cooper's assault is uncannily linked to Sarah's, and the past isn't going to stay buried forever. So, I do have this on pre-release, and I will get it tonight at 10 o'clock. It releases tomorrow. Next up, Bored to Death. This I know is the first in a series because I had checked it out. Starring Ben Rosencrantz, a queer 30-something English professor. Now, moment of commentary. I was growing up taught that that was not a word to use, and suddenly it's in common use, and it bothers me. 30-something English professor and closet sci-fi fan who returned to his hometown of Salt Lake City to return his family's board game shop in the trendy Sugar House neighborhood, a community hotspot for players of all ages and for killer collectors. Back in his hometown of Sugar House, running his family's board game shop and cafe, Ben Rosencrantz just can't seem to get his life to pass go, much less collect $200. Once he was a happily married English professor in Seattle. Now he's a divorced caregiver looking after his ill father and a chihuahua named Beans while still figuring out the rules of retail management. At least the town has become more LGBTQ plus friendly than when Ben was a teenager, and that flower shop owner, Ezra McCaslin, enjoys flirting with him. But despite his usual clientele of gamers, Ben is barely earning enough to keep the store running and stay on top of his father's medical bills. Then a local toy and game collector named Clive offers him a winning strategy to purchase a turn of the century edition of the Landlord's Game, the realty and taxation game that inspired Monopoly, at a tenth of the rare edition's true value. Suspicious of Clive's shady low price deal, Ben turns the offer down. Then Clive turns up dead in the dumpster behind Ben's shop, and a backpack full of $100 bills appears on his doorstep. Now Ben is the number one suspect in Clive's death, and unless he and Ezra can prove his innocence and find the real killer, he'll go to jail for murder, and no amount of double dice rolls will set him free. That is Bored to Death by C.J. Connor. I don't know if I mentioned the author's name. Yeah, I like Karen Slaughter too. Bored to Death, it sounds interesting to me. My only concern is preachiness potentially. I just want to read. That's why I stopped reading the Inspector Gamache books by Louise Penny. She got way too preachy, soapboxy, and just like TV shows and movies and so forth, you just want to enjoy. This is your leisure time, and I think there is an audience for subjects like that, but also authors need to bear in mind your audience also, if you want to have a larger reading audience, is the other half of thoughts on things. So just leave that kind of stuff out until kill people. We want to read about murders, crime. There's the end of my soapbox. Alicia, I like the premise of Bored to Death, but it looks preachy. It does look preachy. Yeah. So sad. I'm Not Done With You Yet by Jesse Q. Sutanto. I think that's Jane. Jane is unhappy. A struggling mid-list writer whose novels barely command four figures, she feels trapped in an underwhelming marriage, just scraping by to pay a crippling Bay Area mortgage for a house, a life she's never really wanted. There's only ever been one person she cared about, one person who truly understood her, Thalia. Jane's best and only friend nearly a decade ago during their creative writing days at Oxford. It was the only good year of Jane's life. Cobblestones and books and damp English air, heady wine and sweet cider and Thalia, endless Thalia. But then one night ruined everything. The blood-soaked night that should have bound Thalia to Jane forever, but instead made her lose her completely. Thalia disappeared without a trace, and Jane has been unable to find her since, until now. Because there she is, her name at the top of the New York Times bestseller list, A Most Pleasant Death by Thalia Ashcroft. When she discovers a post from Thalia on her website about attending a book convention in New York City in a week, can't wait to see you there, Jane can't wait either. She'll go to New York City too, credit card bill be damned, and this time she will do things right. Jane won't lose Thalia again. That sounds really disturbing. And potentially not something I'm interested in. So, 1 out of 3. Those are what they're saying are the mystery releases for this year from bookrights.com. Again, this isn't comprehensive. This site is, I think, mainly the big publishers. I don't know where they get what their sources are. Coffee is required. Mary, I'm wearing the thistle pendant. I was excited to get it. All right. Let's look at some cozies. Since we're in the mysteries. These were saying that they came out yesterday, which is strange being a Sunday, but that's where they're listed. So that's well where we will look. Haunted Decisions of the Heart. Charlotte's Voices of Mystery Book 2. What if one man haunted your dreams for a lifetime and now you've gone and fallen in love with him? Charlotte O'Donoghue speaks to the dead. See, but we do that all the time with our fictional characters, so this isn't okay. Never mind. That's just me. But she seems to have more problems communicating with the living, especially with her childhood protector, Max Shaw. He has returned to her city with more secrets than a double agent and has the ability to melt every resolve in her body. Determined to create a new life for herself, Charlotte has her own law practice, moved in with her father, and is falling in love with a man who undoubtedly will crush her heart. The pain might be worth it. Her spirit friends have shielded her from fire and bullets, but will they save her from herself? So many haunted decisions of the heart have seemingly placed lives in jeopardy. It makes Charlotte wonder if her family is cursed. Is the man she loves involved in a tragic family scheme that would cost him his life? Is Charlotte the one who must pay atonement for her ability to speak with those from beyond? Or is there a reason for every crisis? Charlotte is determined to solve the mysteries and have the love she's always wanted. A Beach of a Crime. It's a cute cover. Fun in the sun, a body in the sand with a drink in hand. Record scratch. Wait, what? Body in the. There goes this sleuth's vacation. Oh, grammar. Join these sleuths as they try and salvage their day with another case solved. They'll need a beach vacation after these salty culprits. And that's it. 353 pages. The Cozy Mystery Tribe Anthology. Multiple authors. Gotcha. I caught up. I got there. Me too. All right. Bowling Bodies at Spare Lanes Alley by Laura Hearn. Fifth in series. When planning a murder, practice makes perfect, or does it? Super sleuth Lainey Maynard and the Whoopi Group are preparing for the bowling tournament fundraiser to save Spare Lane's bowling alley until an envelope arrives during their practice game that caused more excitement than a scorecard filled with strikes. Why hadn't Jerry Hayward been more concerned? Spare Lane's alley had been the hot spot where local celebrity bowlers and newbies gathered. Even framed and signed photos of professional bowlers lined the trophy wall. Now, threats of foreclosure loomed over Gerald and Phoebe Hayward, the owners, and the entire bowling community. More than bowling balls are crossing the foul line. Gerald and Phoebe Hayward purchased the alley to start fresh after the Professional Bowling Association banned them. Past suspicions of murder, accusations of impending revenge, and enormous gambling debts don't exactly stop the gossip mongers' embarrassing rumors. Laney and the Whoopie Pin player slayers will need more than gutter bumpers, shoe covers, and chamois rugs to solve the unfolding mysteries. Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, they might have gotten it on as a advanced reading copy. There's netgalley.com might have had it early, or maybe they know the author. You'll never know. Yeah, very cute. All right, these are saying being released today. Bloodshed in the Badlands by Judith A. Barrett. First in a new series, Wren lands a fantastic position with a travel magazine. Write articles about haunted campgrounds across the U.S. A killer can't risk exposure. Wren has to die. Best job ever, except she and Rascal, her sweet black and tan Labrador retriever, discover a crime in Arizona that only she can solve. The killer looks forward to reading her obituary. These are very short and sweet descriptions. and a ghost who specializes in campgrounds. Books and Bodies by Amanda Hijaz, another Kindle Unlimited. Only 84 pages, so a novella. Marcus never expected to see a ghost on his first day at work at the Bishop's Public Library. Well, he should. That's how we're going to get through our TBR list. Maybe it's just stress. After all, being fired, moving, and, well, seeing a ghost are all a bit stress inducing. All he wanted was to start life over in a small, quiet town. But he quickly learns the truth. The ghost is real, and she was murdered. When Amelia disappeared from the Bishop Public Library, everyone assumed she had run away from her life. No one knew the truth. She was murdered. Now she wants Marcus to help her find her body and reveal the truth. But the killer is still out there and will stop at nothing to keep their secret. Kindle Unlimited, and he does it in 84 pages. The Cataloged Corpse by D.S. Lang. I'm interested because look at the cover. You know it's going to be about a library. Adoro Banyan Historical Mystery, Book 1 by D.S. Lang. 249 pages, so it's a regular book. College librarian Doro Banyan discovers the body of her nemesis, Professor Hemet Corlin, near the card catalogs when she arrives for work. Evidence points to a terrible accident, but the new school security officer disagrees. Because Doro and Corlin have been at odds over the status of women at the formerly all-male school, she falls under suspicion, and she isn't alone. Most professors and students supported women's suffrage and welcomed coeducation, but they stand steadfast against the old-fashioned ideas of Corlin and his handful of powerful cronies. More than one person wanted to see an end to the professor and his ilk, but who made his departure permanent? In seeking answers, Doro joins forces with her best friend to solve the mystery of the cataloged corpse. Has potential. Okay. Now these are the what I will call like the main cozy mysteries. They're being released on the traditional day of Tuesday, tomorrow, and of course Ellie Alexander, huge, huge, huge in cozy mystery worlds. Catch Me If You Candy, and everybody's been talking about this one, and a lot of people have read this one already because she is such an established author. I'm sure she was on either NetGalley or a bunch of advanced reading copies out. Halloween has arrived in picturesque Ashland, Oregon, and all of the ghouls and goblins have descended on Main Street for the annual parade. It's a giant street party, and Tort is right in the mix. Jules Capshaw and her team have been baking up autumn delights and trick or tort bags filled with sugar cookie cutouts, spice cider, and mummy munch. It's the end of the season at the Oregon Shakespeare Festival. Okay, you got me. Which means that the costumes for the parade are going to be out of this world. The elaborate guises even extend to pets. The Grand Marshal of this year's parade is no other than a regal pug aptly named King George. Jules is delighted to get to share the experience with Carlos and Ramiro, but things take a dark turn when she discovers a dragon slumped in front of the bake shop. I hate it. Jules is distraught when she realizes the dragon is dead. She's also shaken because a few days before the parade, her mother's mahjong partner, Helen, discovered a warning note about a dragon in an antique game set. Jules hopes it's just a random coincidence, but as the clues begin to unfold, it becomes evident that there's been a murder on All Hallows Eve. Can Juliet sift out the truth before the killer comes after her? Uh, this is book number 17 in series. I'm reading and listening to the Big Shop series. I like it, but not as much as some others. Yeah, some people have gone really, really, really love it. And that's why there's all kinds of books out there, because we all have different tastes. Thank goodness. Otherwise, it'd be very boring out there. Sampler 240. Wow, 240. Not a real book. This is samples of upcoming books for the fall 2003. We won't read about it, but I'll just name some of the authors here: Ellie Alexander, Donna Andrews, MC Beaton, R.W. Green, Kate Conte, Celeste Connolly, Diane Kelly, Karina Moss, and Elizabeth Penny. So if you do, just want to dabble your toes in cozies and get a taste for, um, and it's free. So that might be an interesting thing to check out. All right. Halloween Cupcake Murder by Carleen O'Connor. And Liz Ireland and Carol J. Perry. Oh, okay. This is another 3 in multiple author in one. There's Halloween Cupcake Murder by Carleen O'Connor, Mrs. Claus and the Candy Corn Caper by Liz Ireland, and a triple layer Halloween Murder by Carol J. Perry. So 3 novellas in one. Halloween Cupcake Murder by Carleen O'Connor. With Galway's Halloween Mystery Tour only a few days away, Tara Meehan is scouring the town's curiosity shops for spooky decorations to draw tourists into her architectural salvage store. But when a stranger appears in her shop bearing a cryptic cupcake and an ominous message, Tara suddenly finds herself tangled in a mystery with ancient Gaelic roots, but very modern and very deadly consequences. And Mrs. Claus and the Candy Corn Caper by Liz Ireland. Christmastown is pulling out all the stops for their Halloween celebration, planning a huge carnival with rides, games, and a candy corn themed bake-off. But the sweet theme stokes the bitterest of rivalries among the elves until tragedy strikes at Santaland's newest bakery. The only clue is a cupcake, leaving Mrs. Claus to sort out tricks and treats as she races to unmask a Halloween fiend. And then a triple layer Halloween Murder by Carol J. Perry. Every October, Salem plunges into a month-long celebration of Halloween, and Witch TV's Lee Barrett can't wait to cover the festivities. But rumors swirl after a wealthy bakery owner goes missing, and his beloved cat, Cupcake, is found under mysterious circumstances. Now amid Salem's wicked revelry, Lee must conjure clues to reveal the missing millionaire or the truth about his disappearance. Each one of those sound cute. And again, if you want to kind of dip your toes into some cozy authors without committing to a series, you can certainly do that. Our time has run out. Where am I? I am here. I was going to do a quick update on what I am reading. I finished Saturday. I started and finished on Saturday. I succumbed to the hype about this book, Flawless by Elsie Silver. It's the first of the Chestnut Springs romances. I did like it. It's the first in a series about some brothers in Canada. I think it's the Calgary area. And this brother is a bull rider. And I'm not huge on cowboy romances because I live in Montana. I get enough of cowboys, but I really did like it. Like I say, I read it in one day. So that was a good read. And it's on Kindle Unlimited if you wanted to give it a try. I'm currently reading Shadow in the Glass by Emmy Hilliard. This is the second of 4 in series. She is a librarian, and I really like this series, and the covers are so pretty. She is in the first book we learned that her husband was murdered, and in this book she is 3 years ago, and so she's finally up to looking into that. And then I just kind of realized, I know I'm running out of time here, that I don't think I flipped to the tab showing you the romance. This was the book Flawless by Elsie Silver that I read this on Saturday. So anyway, I am also listening to 6 Degrees of Assassination by MJ Arledge. Yes, it's a spy So it's an option for Spy versus Spy September. And it is, uh, it has awesome, awesome. I love that actor. So, Cat named Cupcake. I know, it's too cute. It has been fast this morning. So, that is it for this morning. Let's go back here. I appreciate you guys showing up so much. I hope you guys have a good Monday. Tonight, sprints on Storm's channel if you want to. That starts at 5 my time, 7 Eastern. Her channel is Storm Reads. Hope everyone has a good day. Oh, you betcha. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a beautiful morning. Remember, you don't get good person points if you're reading something you're not liking, so it's okay to set it aside and read something you are liking, because reading is enjoyable. It's not an assignment. And have a beautiful Monday. We'll see you tomorrow morning.